What if I told you that a single YouTube video could be the turning point for your business, driving visibility, trust, and conversions in a way that no other platform can match? Today, I'm going to show you how startups, small businesses, and scale-ups can use YouTube to dominate their industries and create a channel that keeps working for you long after you hit publish. So let's get started. Hey, I'm Calum, and for the last 6 years, I've been helping businesses leverage YouTube not just as a content platform, but as a serious engine for growth. So whether you're a founder juggling a million tasks or a small marketing team trying to stretch your resources, YouTube is an opportunity you can't afford to miss. In this video, I'll share the strategies and tactics I've used to build sustainable, scalable YouTube channels for businesses just like yours. From crafting standout titles and thumbnails to creating a system that works for your team, this is the ultimate guide to getting started and staying ahead of the competition. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear plan to own your niche and turn YouTube into one of your best performing business assets. So let's dive into topic number 1. Start small and build consistency. And here's the reality: most businesses overcomplicate YouTube before they've even started. The number 1 rule: start small and focus on building consistency first. This is about progress, not perfection. Let me tell you what this looks like in practice. If you're a small startup or a small business, your first goal should be to publish 3 to 5 simple videos. Don't worry about cinematic quality or perfect scripts, just focus on showing up and producing the content. These first videos are your trial run, a chance to get comfortable with the process. But here's where most businesses fail. They treat YouTube like a short-term experiment rather than a long-term commitment. You need systems. Block out time every month to research, ideate, and plan your content. And from this, you can build a content backlog. This would be a backlog of typically 4 to 5 videos, which would give you breathing room to stay consistent without rushing from one video to the next. And why is consistency so important? It's the foundation of trust with your viewers and your audience. YouTube isn't about going viral overnight. It's about showing up for your audience week after week until your channel becomes the go-to resource in your industry. And consistency isn't just about publishing. It's about having a repeatable workflow. If you're scrambling to script, film, and edit every week, you'll burn out. Instead, plan quarterly. Use the first month to create a backlog, the second month to analyze performance once you've started publishing. And let me address this fear of starting. Most of us worry about what friends, family, or even colleagues might think about our early videos. But here's the truth: no one really cares. Those first videos, they're not for your friends or even for a big audience. They're for you. They're about learning, experimenting, and building confidence ultimately. So start small, build consistency, and give yourself permission to improve over time. That leads me on to my second point: crafting titles, thumbnails, and hooks. So let's get one thing straight. If you can't tell me the title of your video before you hit record, you're probably doing it wrong. Titles, thumbnails, and hooks aren't afterthoughts. They're the foundation of a successful YouTube video. And here's why. Your title and thumbnail are your video's first impression. They're the difference between someone clicking on your video and scrolling past it. A good title isn't just descriptive, it's intriguing. It promises value, it sparks curiosity, or evokes an emotional response. For example, instead of marketing tips for 2025, try 3 marketing hacks that doubled my leads last year. Being specific and outcome focused is the key to success. Your thumbnail? That's visual storytelling in a single frame. A strong thumbnail grabs attention and visually reinforces the promise of your title. Think bold text, expressive visuals, and clear contrasts. And here's a pro tip: build a repository of thumbnails that you admire from the platform. Take screenshots of thumbnails that catch your eye and analyze why they work. Is it the color contrast, the bold typography, the emotional expression in the imagery? Use these insights to craft your own style. Now, let's talk hooks and introductions. Your hook and intro typically fall within the first 30 seconds of your video, and it's kind of make or break. This is where you tell the viewer exactly what they'll get and why it matters. Don't be vague. For example, say something like, by the end of this video, you'll know how to double your YouTube traffic in 3 steps. And if you want to keep them engaged, be visual. Use props, actions, or dynamic movements in your intro. Anything to grab attention and keep it. Remember, the title, thumbnail, and hook aren't just nice to have. They're your video's engine. If you don't get these right, the rest of the video's content doesn't really matter. Why? Because it's likely that very few people are watching anymore. Moving on to point 3, building systems for scalability. If you want to succeed in YouTube in the long term, you need to think like a systems designer. Stop treating your channel like a series of one-off videos and start building workflows that scale. Let's start with content ideation. Dedicate the equivalent to 1 day each month to researching and brainstorming video topics. Look at what your competitors are doing And use YouTube's search bar and other platforms like Reddit and Quora to see what questions your potential audience is asking. Build a database of ideas so you always have a pipeline of topics ready to go. Next, focus on production workflow. If you're a solo creator, automate wherever you can. Tools like Notion or Trello can help you organize your scripts, deadlines, and edits. If you're part of a team, consider outsourcing time-intensive tasks like editing. And here's why. Editing often takes up around 80% of production time. So outsourcing frees up your team to focus on higher leverage activities like scripting and strategy. And don't forget about data. Create a system for analyzing your performance. Check your analytics monthly to see what's working and where you're losing viewers. Retention graphs, click-through rates, and engagement metrics are your feedback loop. Use them to iterate and improve. And remember, scalability isn't just about efficiency, it's about sustainability. A system doesn't just help you produce more content, it helps you produce better content without burning out. On to point 4, identify your own niche. Your niche is basically your North Star on YouTube. It's effectively your channel's positioning. But finding it, that's where most people get stuck. Here's my advice, start broad and refine over time. Pay attention to what gets traction on the platform, whether it's views, comments, or audience feedback, and then double down on that. Over time, you'll unearth your niche in much more detail by discovering what works for you and your viewer. But here's the catch. Your niche isn't just about you. As I mentioned there, it's also about filling a gap in your industry for your viewer. Look at what your competitors are doing and ask yourself, what's missing? What can I do better? Think of your videos as sequels to their content, building on what's already working on the platform while adding your own unique perspective and value. And don't just settle for one niche, think in layers. Your top of funnel content should be broad, designed to attract a wide audience. Your mid funnel content could go a bit deeper, showcasing your expertise. And your bottom of funnel content, that's where you close the deal with testimonials, case studies, and product demos. By owning your full funnel, you position yourself as the go-to expert in your space. And touching on that value point, it's time for topic 5, prioritize value creation for the viewer. Here's the golden rule of YouTube. Your video isn't about you, it's about the viewer. Every piece of content you create should answer one question: what's in it for them? Start by identifying the outcome you want your viewer to achieve. Maybe it's learning a new skill, or solving a problem, or simply understanding a concept. Whatever it is, make the outcome clear in your title, your hook, and throughout your video. But value isn't just about information, it's about delivery. Use storytelling elements, visuals, personal insights to make your content more engaging for people. And don't be afraid to simplify it. What feels basic to you might be groundbreaking or revolutionary to someone else. Finally, listen to your audience. Use analytics to see what's working and what isn't. Pay attention to these comments and questions. These are gold mines of insight that can guide your future content. The more value you create, the more trust you build, and trust is ultimately what turns viewers into customers. So there you have it, the roadmap to getting ahead of 99% of your competition with YouTube. Start small, focus on consistency, and always prioritize value. Remember, YouTube isn't just a platform, it's a tool for building trust, authority, and growth. If this video helped you, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Let us know what your biggest challenge in starting or scaling your channel is. Let's tackle it together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.